Hi, amazing achievers, and welcome to our Power Hour. It's going to be a talk about fundraisers. It could be close to an hour call. We'll try and get through as quick as we can. I never know how long a call is going to be. I know it is 50 slides. If you don't want to be seen, this is a recorded call, and at the bottom of your screen, you can do without video. Where if I do stop video, you see you won't, well, if they, you won't see me, but now you do. If you know you have any background noise, really I ask everybody at the bottom of your screen to hit the mute button, the mute thing, that way. And if you're on a phone, do *6. If you have to, if I ask a question and there's something you want to state or you want to ask a question throughout, just do *6 on a phone to unmute, or you could do on the bottom of your screen, you could just hit the unmute button. Because it is a recording call and we don't want to have too much background noise. So why would you want to do a fundraiser? There's several reasons why to do a fundraiser, and I'm going to go ahead and mute the lines. There we go. The first reason would be a great reason to get to President's Club. And if you're brand new at Avon and not sure what that's all about, that's coming up in some future slides. Fundraisers will also help you have a sales increase, help you earn Pinnacle Awards. You won't find out what Pinnacle Awards are tonight. I'll discuss that on our next team call. You can earn trips. I will talk about trips tonight. Sales increase, team sales, because as you start to build a team, the bigger your sales, even your personal sales, all play a factor into earning bonuses and help any organization raise funds. And it doesn't have to just be an organization. It can be an individual person that may be having a heart transplant or whatever it is, they need funds. And at Avon, we have that opportunity to be able to help someone, anybody that does a fundraiser, whether it be a school, band, club, organization. With Avon, we have great fundraisers and we can help them. And in the South, I used to be known as the queen of fundraisers. I used to do a lot of big fundraisers. I have not done them in the last couple of years because of the size of our team, but I am eager to get out there and try and book some. And I will talk about places to go and such. But so different sales levels with Avon. We have 6 different sales levels, and the first level is President's Club, and these numbers are going to look like, wow, could I ever do those kind of sales? Never would happen. And I'll tell you really quick, in 1996, because I've been doing the business almost 30 years, I earned a recruiting incentive, and it was the top 50 recruiters in the U.S. I was probably number 49, but I still earned it. Oops, that was me. I didn't mean to do that. I was probably, like I said, number 49. And I went to California. It was I think it was the second time I flew. My mom was really nervous, but I did fine. And I was probably selling at the McConnell Club level then, because you can see President's Club is 10,000. Honor Society is 20,000. Rose Circle is 35,000. David McConnell, 65,000, President's Council is 110,000, and Inner Circles, 220. I have seen all walks of life sell at all these levels. I've seen people that sold at the President's Council level without a car. So when if you want something bad enough, you figure out how to make it happen. My first year, I sold President's Club, then I jumped up Honor Society each year. Rose Circle, I think I may have stayed at Rose Circle for 3 years or so. Then I hit David McConnell. I achieved President's Council 10 times, 10 President's Council sales, and it was through fundraisers. But I met these 2 girls when I made that trip to California, and they told me, have you ever been on an Avon trip? And I said, no, I've never been on one of the big, they're called PRPC trips. And every year it's to these luxurious locations, and you're treated like a queen, and there's nothing like it. And I'd never earned, when they said do it with fundraisers, well, the trip that next year was to Hawaii. So I made sure I came home and I put a plan together, and I earned Hawaii for myself and my husband. I wasn't letting anything get in the way. I think I actually had about 8 months to do it, but I found, and it was all through fundraisers. Also, with fundraisers can help you do not only get to any of these sales levels, it will also, as you earn each of these sales levels, you earn points. and you won't quite understand all the points, but what points can be turned over kind of like cash. There's thousands and thousands of gifts you can get with your points. You can also you can turn it over to pay for Rep Fest. It may just be, you may only have enough points to earn your meals. It just depends how many points you're able to build. But you can also turn points over to gift cards. So points are always great. I love letting my points build. One of the greatest things too about when you achieve President's Club, because we have till campaign 26, you basically have 4 months left. There's lots of perks at each level. President's Club members get special seating at Rep Fest. Hello, that's a reason in itself. You get the choice, and you'll hear me say demos, and what I mean is items. It is demos, but it's items, new items out of the What's New catalog. You get up to 3. You can pick 3 of each one. When you hit Honor Society, you get 5. Rose Circle, Honor Society is 5. Rose Circle is 10, and I think it may go to President's Council. You may get 15 then at that point. You are guaranteed at President's Club 40% earnings on all regular items. And in your birthday and Christmas, you get points. I think you get like 10 points. You get a PC banquet in your honor, and there's specials just for you at different events, as long as you achieve President's Club or high. So that definitely should be one of your first goals. And even if you miss one of these big sales levels this year, start lining up your opportunities to do fundraisers, because you may not get one booked in the fall, because a lot of places may have already booked them, but not everyone has. But you may be able to plant the seeds for next year. You may only be able to reach a certain level this year, but what can it help you reach next year? Plus, this is new this year. The next slide will tell you where the trip is this year, and this is the first time Avon's done this. The top 5 in the nation in personal sales increase for the very first time achievers in the following PRPC sales levels, which is Honor Society, Rose Circle, and David McConnell, will earn a trip for 2. And that location, well, it's the next slide. I want to save it though. There are trips, a few incentives every year that you can earn from sales, as well as from earning from team building. So start your journey on reaching those higher sales levels. You might reach one new level a year, and that's what I did. Whoops, somebody just came in. So if you're just coming in, if you can mute your line, let's see if I can pull them up. There we go. Got it. Anytime you come into a call, if you know you're coming in after it starts, please try and remember to mute your line. There are start your journey though, because like I told you, that's what I did, and I already had told you how I increased my sales level each year. So set yourself up to start earning the next incentive, because they're right around the corner. So this is where the trip is next year, and I think everybody knows what that kind of looks like. That is Hawaii. This will be my 4th time going to Hawaii, all expenses paid. It's one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been, but it is definitely a treat. So it can be done. And Mexico is the next trip. Mexico, I couldn't find a picture of Mexico, but I'm just going to paint you the picture. If anybody, I think it's Los Cabos. I think that's how you say it. Avon flies us in. We are picked up by usually either private transport or it's buses that they put us on. So you're very safe. They bring us to the hotel, and this hotel is absolutely gorgeous. It is like I guess like a C shape around to the beach. So it's private. It's a private hotel. It's all inclusive. So everything is covered. And it's a gorgeous hotel. It looks like everybody has their own little pools, or there's pools everywhere. It's once you earn a trip like this, there's no going back. You have to earn them. And when I look around the room, when I do go on a PRPC trip, I see so many women that I know are in their 70s and 80s that earn these trips year after year, because once they get a taste, they don't want to miss them. They're so much fun. They spoil us. When I say red carpet treatment, it is there. So what's going to really help you, this is also new. Double dollars are coming. We are celebrating Avon's 50th anniversary of Avon's President's Recognition Program. And that means from campaign 22 to campaign 26, whatever is your best campaign, you will get double award sales. So who knows what their best campaign. So just shoot for, try and, do the best each one. First time ever, you choose the campaign and everything counts. That's a first, that everything counts. And I mean, demos, samples, sales tools, everything. So you want to make sure you order lots of brochures. But, for whatever campaign that you decide to do this in. What I'll start to do as well on the team calls, I'll start to show you the cover of the books. Because right now I have a brochure up to, I think, campaign 22. But as I see which ones, no, I don't have 22. 22 is going to be the cover of Velvet. Velvet, all I have is a small little vial of Velvet that we got at Rep Fest. Velvet is our basically our holiday fragrance, our Christmas fragrance. I absolutely love Velvet because it is patchouli and rose, and I like patchouli, obviously. But Velvet is a fragrance, and it's a 3-piece bundle for $30. That can be a big fundraiser. I've seen, now we really promote single page flyers now with fundraisers, but you can also do a fragrance fundraiser. If you have belonged to any or have any connections with any women's groups, churches, clubs, organizations, women's groups, you can promote Velvet. And another incentive you can do with Velvet, they sell 5, they get 1 free. So you kind of have like a built-in prize there. But reach out to every customer, including those that want to reactivate. Plan fundraisers and ask customers if they'd like to host it. You can have Avon parties. Set a goal and share it with your customers, but you're going to get double award sales from campaign 22 to campaign 26. They've never done that before. This is a first. So you can make this happen. And again, when you earn President's Club, you are guaranteed 40% the rest of this year and the following next year, and 25% on home and fashion. Everything you need to know that I'm going to be telling you is on youravon.com, as well as on I have 2 YouTube videos that I created in 2016, and it's a lot of the same information. I do go into more detail on how to pack it, and a little more detail in the ones that are recorded on YouTube. So the beautiful approach to fundraisers. Does your school, club, organization need to raise money? Avon can help. Everything is prepaid. You stand only to win. And feel free to take pictures of any of the slides, because there's no way you can possibly write all this down. No door-to-door selling required. Satisfaction's always guaranteed. Flexible custom design programs, something everyone can use. I actually used to have all this on a flyer, and I lost my computer crashed in December, and so I just have to retype it. But once I get it out, I'll be happy to send it out to everyone. Each person in your group shows a single page flyer to a few friends, gets the orders, collects the money, because that's the magic words. Everything is prepaid. It's that simple. Your group earns 40% profit. All your school has to do is count the money and promote it. An Avon fundraiser is the fundraisers of today. Because who likes to sell candy and those overpriced other stuff? You can see your profit in as little as 2 weeks. And that's, of course, with the flyer that you would give. All this in the previous slide is all on one sheet, and that's what you would give to the organization. If a parent sells to 10 customers, they usually generate at least $200 in sales. And if you sell candy bars, how many candy bars would you need to sell to reach $200 in sales? You can find lots of fundraiser stuff at youravon.com. It's either under the opportunities section, or if you're new to Avon, or if you've uploaded 2.0, it's under the home page at the bottom. First thing you're going to do is look for organizations, and also keep in mind that once you get your materials together, now I have mine in a folder. I was able to snag these folders about 2 years ago. Town and Country was stopping them, and I grabbed, like, I have at least 50 probably in my closet, and I will offer them to you on our next call. But it just makes the presentation really nice. But so you want always to have, and it doesn't have to be a fancy folder. Before a fancy folder, it was the 10-cent folders at Walmart. Now's the time to get those with school supplies being on sale. I just used to have a label over the front and say Avon fundraiser. But so you want to always have one in your car or with you, because that way if you pass a cake sale or a car wash, you need to stop and go find out who's in charge of fundraisers. You want to find an organization, and then you want to determine the organization's needs, and I'll go into more detail with that. And then you want to do the presentation, what we have to offer, and about the tax exempt information. So determining the organization's needs. The more you know about the organization in advance, the more effective your presentation will be. The organization's earnings will be determined by the actual sales. And the group, before you give any group 40%, and this would all be in the contract, they have to sell at least 1,500. You have to be able to be at 50% in order to be able to give them 40%. But you can also offer them 30%, whatever it takes. So start thinking, who do you know that maybe runs a PTO or a PTA or any club or group or organization, whether they're on the board. Where do you know people? We all know people. We all have connections. To just start thinking. And I got all this off of, this part is off of youravon.com. So where you see it highlighted or underlined, you can go back in and click on that. There are some costs associated to the representative. That's why you never want to give more than 40%. The flyers will cost you, and the bags. Well, the bags are so inexpensive, you don't even have to include that. But if you do decide to give an organization 40%, you write the cost, whatever the materials are, in the agreement form, which is also called a contract. That way they know, though, whatever it costs you to get that material will come out of their profit at the end. If the organization is tax exempt, Avon will need a copy of that tax exempt certificate before the fundraiser starts. If not, the fundraiser participants must collect the appropriate sales tax. So you got that. You cannot start a fundraiser until you know that you have a copy of that sales tax if they're exempt, and it has to be approved by Avon. Work with the organization to determine which fundraiser vehicle will best suit their needs. I like today the single page flyers. When I first did, I did a $15,000 fundraiser with an elementary school with the brochure. It took us probably 3 days to pack it, but it was a huge fundraiser. But so you want to work with, or if it's an outreach program, but show an example of each to the organization. And you will see in my folder here, I have, well, I've got new ones coming, but I have one of the single page flyers. Of course, I have the hedgehog, why would I not? And I have a brochure, because it is up to the organization what is best for them. I'll tell you, doing a single page flyer today is so much easier than doing a brochure. So timing and the organization's participants. Other things to determine when you're setting up this fundraiser: the fundraiser dates, including the kickoff meeting. The fundraiser, and you can call me when you get closer. If you know you got something that's booking, I try and include my phone number on all the emails going out. Save it, and you can reach out to me. Text me and let me know, hey, I got a possible fundraiser. Can we talk? And we'll definitely be able to do some brainstorming. Fundraiser duration, how long you'll do a fundraiser. I recommend not going past 2 weeks, because I found when you give somebody more than 2 weeks, they think they have lots of time, and it's liable to sit somewhere, and all of a sudden they realize that it's up. The order dates, you decide when that order is, because you want to give them 2 weeks. It's always good to go either over the 1st of the month or the 15th. expected delivery dates and payments to you, and who will help you pack the orders. That's real important. The prize program, some vendors, especially those that target schools, have prize programs built into their fundraisers. They may look very attractive, but these prizes are not free. The cost of the prizes are built into the cost of the products. And you know that if you bought other things from fundraisers, where Avon is not. And I will teach you how to get them free from by donations. An Avon fundraiser program, we do not have automatic prizes. You offer great products at a fabulous price. If an organization feels that a prize program is necessary, we have two options. It can be Avon prizes or it can be local donations. I can tell you what, when I would book a fundraiser, and it wouldn't happen to specifically be for me, it might be for somebody on my team, and I was able to go out with them to help them get it booked, we would ride around like a mile or a couple of mile radius and write down all the businesses. Actually, I would go in them. And when you got a copy of that agreement form from the organization or the school, and you ask something on the letterhead stating that you will be hosting an Avon fundraiser, then I would walk into each business and I would ask for what I needed, whether it be a hotel for two for the weekend. I don't care if it's local. What mom and dad wouldn't like to sneak away for the weekend? What a great prize. They don't have to travel far. They just get a break. Pizza party, you can get free pizza parties. You can get, I've had 3 months from Taekwondo. You can get all kinds of restaurants that will give. It's endless where the prizes that you can get. You can get your prizes free, not having to. You just have to present the fund. You just have to present it, and you can call me, like I said, and I'll walk you through more on personally how to. You want to represent yourself well when you walk in, and you want to ask for what you want. I usually, like if it's Outbacks, and Outbacks are nationwide, as far as I know, I would ask for exactly what I wanted. I would ask for a dinner for two. Even dinner for two, a $50 dinner certificate is a great prize. If you know you're going to get an elementary school, when I booked this particular elementary school, I rented a limo. I think it might have cost me $250 at that time. It may be more, a lot more now. And it was the top 6 kids that came in with the top sales that earned a spot in their limo. And the pizza was free. We drove to a pizza place and we drove around for a while. But what mama doesn't want her baby to be in that limo? Most of them do. Okay, at the presentation, you begin by introducing yourself and give a brief description of what an Avon fundraiser is. And then discuss the points. Recommend the type of fundraiser for the organization, single page flyer, or a community outreach program. Agree on the earnings level if they're going to get 30 or 40%, and discuss the scale based on the total sales volume or a flat percentage. And like I said, if they do under 1,500, they get 30%. If it's under 1,000, you give them 20%, because you got to give the school also something to push for the higher sales. For the organization to get 40%, like I said, I would do at least 1,500 in sales. You could do 2,000. It's up to you. Other things to consider during the presentation: who will purchase the fundraiser materials? And we already kind of discussed that. So if you're having to purchase everything, and what you do, you don't want to give more than 40%. Who will help with orders and product sorting? And now with the single page flyers, it's not near as much sorting as it used to be with brochures. It's a lot easier to sort. But will you be able to have the order go to the school where they are totally responsible? Remember, they're prepaying you, and you're not placing that order. When they pay you, they probably have to give you a check, and you have to allow, a school check is not going to come back. But you're not taking any of the customer's checks. You're taking a check from the school. It may take a couple of days to get a check from the school. So keep that in mind. So who will be helping you sort? A lot of times you might be able to get this PTO group to help you sort the products. Does the organization want prizes? If you can get all the donations, you don't have to take that out of your profit. After you've booked an Avon fundraiser, you want to complete the fundraiser agreement form and have it signed. This is your agreement form. Keep in mind, bagging fundraiser orders is just like bagging your regular Avon orders. It's just a lot bigger. Determine in advance who will pay for the bags, but the bags are so inexpensive. But if the fundraiser is huge, you can charge that on the form. This is also a great opportunity to find new customers and drop brochures in their orders. What I loved, I would always have my phone number plastered all over whatever material was going home. That way, because I wanted them to call me with questions, because I was always able to ask their name, their phone number, and how many orders they already received, because they were future recruits. When they sold over 200, I knew that was a future new team member. So this is an example. This was on your Avon.com. Mine is a little different, but fundraiser agreement form, and everything is there. You just want to add in the bottom and other. Well, that's also in additional agreements. Everything is there that you need. Your contact time, like who is in charge of the fundraiser, what are the dates of the fundraiser, who's going to cover the cost of the material. Is that going to be you or the organization? It's going to come out of the organization's profit, and all the important information you need. The volunteers that will help you pack this. And it has room for several names. Now, tax exempt information. If the organization is tax exempt, like I said earlier, you've got to have that tax exempt certificate in your hands before you kick that fundraiser off, before you print any labels, before you order any of the sheets, because you have to know up front. And the guidelines are more at youravon.com, but I've pretty much told you. The tax exempt, the organization may qualify for tax exempt because of the nature of the organization due to special circumstances. But in order to determine whether the organization qualifies, we recommend that an officer of your organization call the State Department on Taxation. Just reach out to me. We'll find out who we got to send it to at Avon where it is approved before you do anything else. And we don't need to go over all that. You can read upon that. If you book a fundraiser and they're tax exempt, go into youravon.com, because you're not going to remember it all anyway. So here's an example of a earnings sheet on a 30% sheet. And you can print this one at youravon.com. I have a copy in my computer now, because when I created all the forms, I sent it out to several managers, and I had a manager friend send me a bunch of all my old stuff like last week. So I was thrilled to have that, because in that I have a sheet on earning 40%, because you want to get in front of the organization. Let's just say you go to a daycare. There's daycare centers everywhere out by me, and that's the ones I want to go to. I would prefer 10 smaller fundraisers than one big one. They're just easier to pack, and it's not all at once. It just depends how bad you want to go on that, maybe Hawaii. It is definitely achievable. If you know somebody that can help you book one at an elementary school or a big club, there's just so many ways to do fundraisers. You can also get somebody. I did a personal fundraiser. When Facebook first came out, I sent the email out, and I'm pretty sure I did create some post on, I was born with a heart defect, so that is real dear to my heart. Children's Hospital helped my parents, and I wanted to do something back, so I put that out there, and I asked for donations. And it was mostly people that I knew, but within a few days, I think it was 3 days, I had collected $400 because I was able to create a PayPal button. I don't know if you can still do those, but you probably can, where people were able to click right then and there, make that payment. And I was able to I took all the proceeds from that 400 and turned around and bought. It was whatever our stuffed animal that year was, the white tiger. And I was able to bring those and if you go into my pictures in Facebook several years ago, it's in there somewhere, me delivering it with my granddaughter, all the tigers. And it might have been like, it was 40, because I just paid the tax. Because our cost, when you get to the 50% level, or you sell over 1,500, then you can get that at 50. Well, all your fundraisers now, the single page flyers are 50%. And when you look at the hedgehog, I don't know if you can see me. Can you see me, Karen? Because I lost my, I don't know. If I stop
I
video,
can see you.
oh, you can because it's down here. Thank you. Thank you. The hedgehog is absolutely adorable. Look at the size of this hedgehog. This is our stuffed animal this year. It's so cuddly. If you can get, I know somebody that is just booked with a children's hospital, and all the nurses are, because they've known this girl for many, many years, and they're going to be doing fundraisers, helping her promote, and all the stuffed animals will be delivered to the hospital. So I know I'm talking about a lot, but if I skip over and I don't explain something fully, don't feel, at the end, jump in and ask me maybe what I meant. But this is a great stuffed animal to do. If you know somebody that has a restaurant, or anybody that would let you set up a table to promote the stuffed animals, to donate, to take donations, whether it be $5, $10, to donations to be able to repurchase these and bring them to your local children's hospital. There was somebody out in the Baton Rouge area last year that did collect enough to purchase. It was over 100 that they was able to donate to the children's hospital out here. This, going back to the farm, this shows an organization. So if you were in front of them, you would show them, if you have 100 participants and they have 10 customers and average orders of $15, 100 people selling to 10 customers at $15 each customer, that fundraiser could net in sales of $15,000. This next slide shows you, this is at the 40% level. You really want to go to them in front of them with the 40%, because that really shows what they can earn. If they have 100, again, if they have 100 participants that sell to 10 customers, $15 average order, that's a $15,000 fund. Oh, I forgot to tell you this, but this is their earnings. Their earnings could be $6,000, and that's what it is on a $15,000 fundraiser. That's a lot of money for a school. It just depends. You have to find out what the school needs to earn money for, because when you do that letter going home to the parents, they have to know, what are they working for? Are they working for new computers? Are they working for new playground equipment? Whether it be maybe a new library, whatever it is, people always like to help. So now the next thing you're going to do, you're going to choose the flyer. You're going to choose the program. Choose the products that will appeal most to your partnering organization and the customers, and receive a guaranteed 50% earnings on all sales using the appropriate fundraiser flyers. And I have a few, I think, on the next slide. Recommended: order professionally printed material, and I tell you at the end where to order them, for your team to participate, to sell with, or download and print. You can download and print them, but you're going to use a lot of ink. It just depends how fast you need them. So this is just some of the flyers that are on the page right now at youravon.com. Some of it may change before Christmas, and it'll tell you how long it's available. Like, this is the candles that will be available come campaign 2024. Hedgehog is available from campaign, Herbie the Hedgehog is available from campaign 20-1. It just depends how many they have after Christmas. They may extend that. Moisture Therapy is a great fundraiser. If you've never used our Moisture Therapy line, it is the best for dry skin. And they have in-wash, shower wash, they have lotion, and Skin So Soft, our great Skin So Soft that we're very well known for, and our Bug Guard. If you're not familiar with the Bug Guard, check it out in the book. These are all great fundraisers. This is the one, this is what the sheet looks like for the Moisture Therapy. They get a 4-piece set for $16, which is a hand cream in there, and looks like a lotion and a shower gel, and it's probably a body wash. And they can pick which one they want. This is another one that's great. It's makeup. 3 pieces for $15. Who wouldn't? You got to keep in mind that these kids are going to be going home to grandmas, neighbors, and if it's got to be something that people use. Well, it definitely helps. Candles are great, but not everybody needs a candle. But they may feel like they need makeup, but they may not. But but for $15, you get to pick out a lipstick, an eyeshadow, and a mascara. That is awesome. You know, same thing with moisture therapy. That is a great fundraiser to do at any time, especially in the winter, because we know we all have dry skin in the winter. So this is where you order the flyers. Where do you order these flyers? At Town and Country. Now, if you're already on, I think it's the same, you go up to Sitemap, even if you're on 2.0, Sitemap is at the top of your Avon.com, and you can find out everything in Sitemap, because it's basically a map of all of your Avon.com. You scroll down on the right side, you will see Avon Advantage. And then on the left, you will see Town and Country. Town and Country is where you want to order. You can order all kinds of great stuff there. Logo wear, fundraiser tablecloths, but all you really want to order is those flyers. You know, it just depends what you can afford. Right now, they have a deluxe fundraiser kit. It just came out. Of course, I took a picture of the Spanish one, but that's okay. There is an English one. And it is assortment. And this is one that I ordered the other day. And then I ordered a packet of Herbie the Hedgehog, because like I said, I want to go promote these at daycare centers. Only because I want to know, I want to keep abreast of everything it takes to run a fundraiser. And what's great about our single page flyers, they have a built-in order sheet on the back of it, the ones that you order. Sometimes in fourth quarter, this is finally going to happen, we will be able to do fundraisers online, like promoting it on Facebook. I'm sure they'll have to go to your e-store, well, it's now called your online store, and place the order, and there'll be a code to put in. I don't know all the details. All they said at Rep Fest was it will be sometime in fourth quarter. I'm hoping it'll be sometime around campaign 22 to 23. As soon as I know, you will know. Next thing you want to do once you book this fundraiser, you register your fundraiser. You won't know the exact dollar amount. You won't know the exact amount of people that will be on the participating in the fundraiser. Just estimate. Doesn't have to be exact. You're going to put in all your information, and then you're going to hit submit. Now, managing the fundraiser. When you receive participants' materials, you're going to set a launch meeting 1 week before the fundraiser starts. You want to discuss with the organization all of details again, and review the schedule, assign responsibilities, and answer any questions. And you want to, they'll know, because by your label, you're going to tell them, they know that all fundraisers are prepaid. You're going to collect orders. You've got to give the organization usually a day to count the money, because that takes time. But you can collect the orders, get them ready to process, and once they give you the payment, then you hit submit. Check orders for accuracy and totals to make sure everything is a balance, and turn all monies over to the fundraiser chairman. Deliver the orders to you. It takes, on average, it takes about 3 days for you to get your order. And who's going to help you pack it? Always move that over. Always make sure that the participants' material is distributed. You won't want it to be sitting anywhere. And all the other details are clear about collecting the payment, how long it will take you to get a check, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, today they probably could pay you with a debit. Who knows? They may be able to pay you with a credit card if it's an organization. When participants and when the orders are going to be coming in, you always want to allow yourself. I usually do on my labels, I tell them when the fundraisers due and when the orders will be back to the school. And I put all that on a label on the cover of the single page flyer. And you want to allow at least an extra week, even though you'll probably get it to the school a week earlier, but you want to handle it with a glove. You want to get that fundraiser over and over. So you got to handle it correctly. You provide each participant with a flyer that they take orders, and you can do envelopes if you want, but you don't have to. Delivering the order, tips to streamline the process. The coordinator should make copies of every person's order to keep track of how much is due. They're going to give you the original, but you get the school to make a copy and keep it for their records. And I think we already decided, we talked about it a few times on who's going to pack it. When orders are filled, list any shorts. You won't have any shorts on single page flyers. You may have them on brochures though. Discuss how you are going to handle late orders. There will always be late orders. If you say the orders are due tomorrow, you'll have 3 or 4 or 5, whatever people come in Thursday, Friday, they'll be coming in next week with us. We never refuse an order. But of course they know that that's going to be, you know, you may go in on your next campaign and it'll just be 2 weeks later before they collect that. They will receive that order, but we never refuse an order. All of these resources you see here, they're also at youravon.com. You can go back and play these recordings, webinars on fundraisers, on the worksheet, on the agreement form. It's all there. There's even example letters. There's scripts to use on the phone, but I'll tell you what, you do better in person. Now, to try and book the fundraiser, to get an appointment, that's done over the phone. And it may take calling, especially if you're going to go after a daycare center. Usually the owners are in from 6 to 7 in the morning, and then they're gone. So that's usually the best time. And it may take calling them several times. And if you want to call me and you're nervous about doing it, not sure, I'll be happy to play a script with you, and we can go back and forth. Tax exempt documents, we already discussed that. This is just an example of a thank you that I like to drop in all the participants' orders, letting them know, contact me today, how you can start your business. Now this is old, but you know, and maybe what it costs to start your business and how much they can earn. Brochure and money collecting labeling. You will need you don't need a money collection envelope. It is nice if you can get them. The school may be able to just give everybody a manila envelope or just a white envelope. If you put a single page flyer in, well, if you would want to fold it, you could fold it in half and put it in our literature bags and our what's new bags. Fold it over and put a piece of tape on it. They can send the money right back in that same bag. They'll find a way to get that money to the school if you don't have an envelope. You will want to put a large 2x4 label on the back of each brochure or single page flyer. If using a flyer, you will want to place a label at the top of the back side of the collection envelope, but you don't have to have a collection envelope. And this is just an example of what a label, and I'm going to give you my example at the end. This came off of Avon's page. Avon fundraiser, all proceeds go to, and name of the organization. Checks must be made payable to. Now, if you have to make sure that the organization is willing to take checks. Checks are a lot easier to count than cash. All orders must be prepaid and will be delivered by such and such date. If you have any questions or concern, you put your name and phone number there. You will want to put, oh, we already covered that. This is an example of some of the prizes. And this is the one I told you I had taekwondo. And when you get prizes, you want to make a list. Of course, your highest prize value is listed at the top. And you have to put an amount that they have to sell in order to earn that prize. Because if they don't reach that, you can save that prize for your next fundraiser. You don't want to give away the prizes, because if the fundraiser is a flop and you have the top seller gets this, you're giving away that prize. I had an organization, I walked into a fundraiser one time and the candy man was walking out. Guess what? Fundraiser didn't do anything. But protect your prizes, because like I said, you can use them on your next fundraiser. And it's rare that they're a flop, but just know that. Always ask, when was the last fundraiser? Because you don't want to do a fundraiser that one ended yesterday and yours starts tomorrow. This is my Outbacks. I always got Outbacks. Outbacks is easy to get. Bowling places, they're always wanting to, a bowling pass would be great to put. When a child, you can do goodie bags for every child that puts an order in. They get a goodie bag, whether it be, I think I had a dentist one time give me a bunch of children's toothbrushes and little toothpastes and whatever you can get. McDonald's to give you certificates, a bowling place give you certificates. Just don't do what I did. This was when I had this, I just didn't think. I went to the local casino and they gave me all these deck of cards for free. I dropped them in all the bags. I only had one complaint, and it can happen. The 2 complaints I had that year was because it was a full brochure and somebody complained because there was bras in the book. And another complaint was because I gave something from a casino, a deck of cards. I'm thinking, gee willikins, okay, it was a lesson. That's why I just passed that on to you. Fundraiser checklist. You want to order your single page flyers once you know you have it booked. You want to, if they want collection envelopes, you can get a case of them usually at a local, you probably can get them online today, much cheaper. You can even get them local. And if you're doing a brochure, you need to have an order book for every, that goes with every brochure. Identify the organization. When I would book fundraisers, I would go through the yellow pages. That year that I knew I needed, when I went to Hawaii, I knew I needed 10 fundraisers to get to Hawaii. And I got in the yellow pages and I found everything. Yes? Okay. Look for local churches in your group, nonprofit organizations, maybe CYOs, whatever they're called different things at different places. Look for local medical needs. When you contact information, and we kind of went over this, always ask if you can get a mailing address, if you want to mail something to whoever the person, and you don't want to waste your time talking too much on a phone without knowing if you're talking to the right person. So always ask, are you speaking with the person that's in charge of making the fundraiser decisions? When you meet, identify how much money they're going to need and who and how much who's going to cover the prizes. We already went over that as well. Put the packets together and get them to the school. Get them there the day before the fundraiser kicks off. If sales are slow, keep up with the school. Get in there and liven things up. See if you can do a pep rally, or these kids are not going to judge you. Get in there and make some noise. That's what these fundraiser companies do. Besides walking in there like the Cookie Man. I was walking in and doing a fundraiser presentation one time, and the Cookie Man walked in there with a tray of chocolate chip cookies. That wasn't fair. I can't compete against chocolate chip cookies. But no, we did give them little goodies from Avon, like maybe some lip balms and some lip bullets, and threw some stuff together. But that was just kind of a joke. As soon as you know how much, when they give you back everything, the organization, because they're not going to know how much to pay you right away. They have to give you a copy of all the orders. Then you come home and you process them, because you need to collect 50% up front. And it's 60% up front, really, if you know they can give you the other 10% when you making the delivery. But you have to have 50% up front in your hands before you process the order. So you have to be able to, total up. They'll know how much to give you. They know how much they sold. They can give you 50% right then and there. Like I said, if they have to wait a day or two for their checks to clear, that's fine. This is another just something I found on the page that you can also throw in the orders. I usually do more details because I want to list the prizes. The prizes are what's going to get their attention. Labels, and we're almost done. I put a label on everything. I put a label on the single page flyer that has my information. It says Avon Fundraisers for Girl Scout. This is just an example. For Girl Scout Troop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All orders are prepaid cash. And that's the magic words when you go to present a fundraiser to an organization. When you tell them we do everything, we do all the work for them. All they have to do is count the cash. Everything is prepaid. They know they have nothing to lose. Orders are due, going back to the label, orders are due by Tuesday, November 18th. To buy or sell, my name, phone number, and my online store address. Once it's over, all your hard work is paid off. Follow up each week until all the orders and back orders. You won't have back orders if you do single page flyers, though. Give a thank you note to everyone that helped at the school. And begin contacting participants or their mothers to personally thank them. Anybody that you have a phone number on that paper, that's who you want to reach out to try and get them as a new team member. So how many fundraisers will you get? You have to make that commitment to yourself. How committed are you? How bad do you want to go to Hawaii? Or how bad maybe Mexico? Because I can tell you, Mexico is going to start in campaign 1 to I think campaign 8, And part, I don't know if it's going to be points. Because last year we earned a cruise to Bermuda, which was out of this world, and everything was covered. We even had it. Well, this too. They had a drink package, a Wi-Fi package, blah blah blah. It was amazing. But and it was on a point system. You got so many points for sales. You got so many points for team. If you added new personal recruits to your team, and so on. I don't know what the point system is going to be, if it's even going to be a point system, because none of that, we won't none of that till campaign 1. So how committed are you? What are you willing to do to make this happen? And, you know, you might not be able to make Hawaii this year, but who knows where the trip will be announced next year. We don't find out till the end of January usually, you know, but maybe I would love to see a Mediterranean cruise. So start lining yourself up where you can start growing your sales. And, you know, you might be able to do Honor Society this year with a fundraiser, or even Rose Circle. And next year you may be able to reach McConnell Club, or even President's Council. And you may be all the year after. But if you start lining yourself up to grow your business, it will start to fall in place. And what's your wow? Within 1 week, what are you willing to do? Welcome to You Can Plan. Want to grow a business and establish independence? You can. Want to be recognized in front of thousands of peers? You can, because Rep Fest is in my backyard next year. It's in New Orleans next year. Want to travel to places like Bahamas, Bermuda, Hawaii? You can. Want to get perks, enhanced earnings, and dedicated support? You can. Your determination and a desire to learn and grow can make it happen. Here at Avon, we believe in you. We know this for sure, that you can. Now, I'm going to stop the share and I'm going to open up. Okay, so that's all. That's pretty much everything, but I want to open up to questions. I did good. I stayed under an hour. So what are your questions? Feel free to ask us. I want to be able to answer them. Oh, I can't. You're going to have to unmute. Unmute. I'm unmuting everybody. So what kind of questions? Okay, somebody asked a question. Oh, let me unmute. I can't hear. Does somebody asking a question? No? Does anybody have any questions? No? Y'all still alive out there?
Yes.
Did I cover everything?
Yes.
I know it's a lot, but you know, if you need any help, if you need a little bit more, go watch my YouTube videos on YouTube, because I have 2 of them, and it's different from this call. It's had just different detail. They're definitely different. No questions? Well, that's it. Thanks so much for joining the call. I look forward to hearing when your first fundraiser is. Good night.
Thank you. Good night. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
All right, I'm ready to help you, because you're in my backyard. So you still
All
there?
right.
Bertha, I have a question
Yeah.
for you. What title do you want to walk across that stage next year? New Orleans. What title and sales do you want to walk across that stage in New Orleans? Think about it. I want to know within 1 week. What title sales do you want to walk across that stage? Because when it's in your backyard, you want to walk across that stage. Even when it's not. But it's always fun to walk across that stage in front of, there'll be 10,000 people in New Orleans, I can tell you that. And we're going to talk, we'll have a call once we get closer, like probably February. Once I have a lot of ideas what we're going to do for Rep Fest. We're going to decorate some, did I stop? Let's see.